Good evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. Today is Tuesday, November the 10th, 2020. I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, Tullahoma Wildcats advance in the playoffs, Veterans Day is tomorrow, and Black Artist Showcase is coming to the Tullahoma Arts Center. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
The individuals with dementia, those with Parkinson's, those that have maybe mobility issues, need caregivers. Well, those caregivers are 24 hours a day at home, and they never get a rest. And if they have to go to work, they're kind of out of luck. So that's why Trinity came into existence 25 years ago, to allow the caregivers to have a safe center where they could put their loved ones, know they would be well cared for, stimulated, fed good nutritious meals, have activities to their level, and then the caregiver can stop by and pick them up and go on home and have some continuity into their life.
I'm Philip Bourne, Stamping Nab Detail Shop Manager. Here are a few things our customers have to say about our service.
What I love most about the Stem McNabb Detail Shop is there's someone local that I can trust to pick up my car, have it cleaned, and deliver it back to me in showroom condition.
What really amazed me is when he opened the hood and looked like he had taken the old engine out and put a new engine inside.
We have several different packages and individual services to get your vehicle looking like new again. We're located just behind Stem McNabb Chevrolet dealership. Call today, schedule an appointment, and see what the difference our detail can make.
It's time for every family and business in Tullahoma to go green and recycle. Tullahoma Public Works makes it simple and easy to recycle. Just place your recyclable materials, paper, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard beside your garbage container on the same day your garbage is picked up. Your recycled materials don't have to be in a fancy container. Recycling is not only the right thing to do, it makes sense. Recycling pays. Paying to bury our garbage costs each of us. Please do your part. Let's go green, Tullahoma, and recycle.
Welcome back. The Tullahoma Wildcats football team laid the hammer down on Stone Memorial out of Crossville Friday night with a decisive 49-8 victory. Coach Olive spoke to John Gray about the win.
Did what we needed to do. We talked about, I told them before the game that I'd been on the other end of this stick. I've been with a fourth place team getting ready to go play a number one, and knowing that you got to play perfect and you hope that they're not hitting on all cylinders, and that no matter how much enthusiasm they have, they're in the back of their mind, they're wondering, you know, are we getting ready to get pummeled? And I said, you can help yourselves tremendously if you'll jump all over them and then don't let them come up for air. And our philosophy is right now, especially last night, we knew that their kicker couldn't get it past the 20, so we thought we'd have pretty good field position, and we felt like
that's where you need to be.
And we get the ball most of the time. We have chosen to get the ball at the start of the vast majority of the games this year, and I think whether we win the toss or don't win the toss, we've ended up with the ball.
Getting the ball.
I think every time but one. And
I believe if I were playing you and I looked at that, I would go, well, I'm going to take the ball and see how that works.
And that's all right with us, too, because we think we'll let you start at the 20-yard line.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And so we're all right with that.
Did we have one ball returned last night?
Had two.
Had two?
One we tackled at the 15, and one we hit at the 15, and he spun away from us, and we hit him at the 12, and he fumbled the ball, and we recovered it in the end zone for a touchdown. Our kickoff team's done a great job. Obviously, Justice Chadwick is an awesome weapon as a kicker. As he put 4 more touchbacks, that gives him 44 touchbacks on the year now. I guarantee it, that's a record for Tullahoma High School. And Justice will, when he doesn't get it into the end zone, it's high, and our people are down there. And, I can't tell you how many times, but I bet that it's pretty close to even the number of times that we've tackled them inside the 20 versus how many times they get outside the 20. I don't know if we got everybody in last night, because with the running clock, you're only talking about 7 or 8 plays a quarter.
Right.
It's not. But I do know we tried to get as many in and get to play.
And they had fun.
they seem to be having a lot of fun.
You know, and I saw a figure last night. I'm sure it's probably true. I think Mr. Chastain put it up that in the last 2 ball games in the first half, we've outscored our opponents 97-0.
Yeah, it's been a ride. All I can tell you is
what a ride, folks.
We've got some kids that are driving. They're driving this thing. We'll see how well we can drive, see if we can't drive ourselves where we want to be known as a very, very special football team. But the ones of us that don't get to play and so forth, we're not driving. We just need to sit back and ride and enjoy watching,
the ride.
because it's a good football team, and it's a fun football team to be around. They have a good time. Those guys that sometimes don't get to play on Friday, that are out there being that practice squad, they got to play last night. I think they had fun.
They did.
And I want to give hats off to those offensive guys. They lined up in a defense last night we had not seen them in. We see them in pregame warm-up. And the offensive coaches, when we go back in, the offensive coaches have got the grease board out, and they've got the offensive linemen and the quarterbacks gathered around, and they're sitting there saying, all right, this is how we got to block this, as they played a 3-3 stack against us. And we had not prepared for a 3-3 stack. We had prepared for a 3-4 and for a 4-2. And all of a sudden it changes your blocking. And this offensive line did a great job last night of making adjustments on the run. And, you know, one of the things I remember them being told was just take a deep breath and y'all figure out how to block it if they confuse you. And they did a great job with that.
And after these messages, we'll be right back.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Hi, I'm Fran Gray with Alzheimer's Tennessee. When you receive a diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease for yourself or someone you love, please know that you do not have to go through this journey alone. Alzheimer's Tennessee is here for you to provide support and education, all the help you may need to get through this challenge. Our number is 931-434-2348. We encourage you to give us a call. We're here to help.
Welcome back. The Tullahoma Wildcats football will be moved to a new division next year. Coach Olive lays out the details in next week's playoff game against Marshall County.
As we'll be moved to Region 5 next year. And
so all of that's being worked out, or has been worked out over the past week or so?
The regions have been introduced. You can appeal, like we could appeal, to move to the Plateau region. Because of mileage, but you know, it's about the same. It's a lot of traveling, no matter what. The new region we're going to be in, and depending on, and some of you may have caught me looking at my phone, is there's coaches that are communicating this morning about next year's region, and there's several different ways, but we right now are in a 9-team region. We would like to be in an 8-team region or less because we like keeping our gate games, which are our local games, which are all non-region games, but they're financially what supports our athletic program.
Right.
And
not
likewise, we support theirs because our fans will follow us to those games. If we take 150 fans to Montgomery Central next year, that will be a good crowd for us to take to Montgomery Central. And Montgomery Central is almost to Clarksville. And Creekwood, which is 15 miles this side of Montgomery Central, is another school that we are in with. Greenbrier, which is right outside of Springfield, we're in with.
Lord of mercy.
Pearl Cone, Hillwood, Glencliff out of the metro schools, and then Marshall County and Lawrence County. And so anyway,
we're the only one that's not even close to any of them.
Well, Lawrence County, they're looking.
That's forever.
Lawrence County's looking at going to the region that's to the west of us because they think the travel is better going toward Jackson than it is for them trying to get all the way up to Clarksville. And so anyway, there's a lot of interesting things that are happening this morning. We're trying to play football in this year, but at the same time, we're trying to look at how to work things for the next 2 years so that we're able to financially do the things that we need to do to support our athletic program.
Okay, so we know one thing for a fact, two things for a fact. We won that ball game last night. We're 11-0.
That one we do know.
We're playing Marshall County next week.
We are, unless the virus were to absolutely wipe us out.
Or them.
Or them. That's correct.
So in the playoffs, and that game will be here. Now, what I want a point that we need to make very clear to everyone, because I know there was some issues last night where a lot of people still thought they could go to the gate and get a ticket. These tickets have to be purchased from the TSSAA website, and you have to have a smartphone to where you can have your ticket on your phone and have your ticket punched when you come through the gate.
That's correct. And the ticket is an $8 ticket, but they charge you a $1 handling fee, so it's a $9 ticket. That's the best way for me to tell you, so you're not surprised. It's a $9 ticket. The prices are controlled by the TSSAA. The way we are having to do tickets is controlled by the TSSAA. There is a limited number. 1,946 is the most that we can sell on any one given event. You got to find somebody that has a smartphone that's smart enough to work a smartphone. If it's me, I'm going to take it and hand it to my daughter and say, Caitlin, I need some help right here. Will you buy 2 tickets for me? Because that's how I have learned to work my smartphone. But if you have questions, call us. We'll try to help you. We'll try to walk you through it.
Marshall County is going to be here next Friday night. You need to be in the stands no matter how you figure it out. Start today and get the plan figured out to get yourself a ticket and then work the plan. We want to go forward. We want to keep going. So be supportive of our football team.
We'll be right back with more News Leader after these messages.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
Welcome back. Students at Coffee County Central High School will be distributing free take and bake pizzas to veterans on Veterans Day, Wednesday, November 11th, from 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. The event is sponsored by the school's FCCLA, Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America Club, under the leadership of Becky Loudon and Angela Neal, FCCLA advisors and culinary arts teachers. High school culinary arts students will be involved with preparing and boxing the pizzas. Due to health concerns, a table will be set up outside the front entrance to the high school. Veterans are asked to park in the circle and pick up their pizza and drink from the table. Baking directions will be on the pizza box. Available drinks include sodas and bottled tea or water. Culinary students will joyfully prepare the veterans' food. Culinary student Ethan Nunley said, quote, "They did and do a lot for us. We should do something for them because they put their life on the lines to keep us safe," end quote. Culinary student David O'Connor added, quote, "It brings joy to us to help others and that do not get enough recognition. When we help them, it makes me feel happy," end quote. To fund this event, they applied for a grant from the Nashville Area Association of Family and Consumer Sciences. FCCLA also has fundraisers throughout the year to be able to purchase food and other items needed for their community service projects, such as complimentary cookies for first responders and cupcakes to give out at the Veterans Day Parade. Between November 9th and 20th, many of the school's culinary students will be selling Rata cutlery and That's My Pan items to help pay for the ingredients and drinks. According to Becky Loudon, the students love preparing food to show their appreciation for those who serve in our community and invite veterans to come pick up their free pizza and drinks. Students will prepare 80 pizzas. If they run out before all veterans are served, tickets will be issued to get a pizza the next Thursday, November 19th. Coffee County Central High School FCCLA members, advisors, and Culinary Advisory Board members want to thank veterans for their services. And last week, Winston Brooks spoke about tomorrow's Veterans Day program in Tullahoma.
November 11th on Wednesday, we've got a great Veterans Day program to honor all of our veterans here locally. It's been a tradition in our community for over 30 years. And this year, we do have some changes we want to make people aware of. Because of the pandemic, we won't be at South Jackson, but instead, we have a new Veterans Memorial Park, thanks to Sandy Sebrin, which is also known to many as Caboose Park.
Right.
And so on November 11th at 11, we plan to gather down there and honor our veterans. And we are pleased to have General Alan Harris be our speaker. Many people are familiar with his work and his legacy, so it'll be great. But we also have some of the usual suspects will be down there. We'll have Lloyd Smith singing his patriotic medley. Unfortunately, the Aristocats will not be able to join us, but we do have the band from the high school will be there to help us with the national anthem and taps. And the one thing that we're doing new too this year is the junior ROTC from the high school will be posting the colors. So I think that will be a special event. And then we've got the high school is doing a great, starting a new tradition this year in what they're calling the Veterans Parade or Veterans Caravan. And it's going to start, so if you're a veteran and you want to join in, meetup is at 8 a.m. at the Tullahoma High School. And what they're going to do is then drive to each school, and the students then will be able to show their appreciation visibly as the veterans drive by. So I think that'll be a nice way to honor the veterans. And then that caravan is scheduled to arrive downtown at Veterans Park right before the ceremony at 11 starts. So I think that'll be a great experience for those who are there waiting at the park to see. Hopefully it'll be a large caravan drive in.
Hope so.
Yep. And then all veterans are invited to go and have fellowship at the American Legion at 12:30 after the event. So this event we're trying to make it a little abbreviated and outdoor to keep people protected. We are asking that people wear masks. And of course, when you go to the Legion, that is required that you go into the Legion there. We're just able to recommend masks outdoors.
We'll be right back with more News Leader after these messages.
You made the time and the sacrifice to broaden their horizons, to see their smiles, but mostly to make lifelong memories. We think it's time to do it again, just the two of you. Don't let illness or injury slow you down. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
My great-grandfather started it in 1900, and now it's 2020, which is 120 years. We still measure your feet, still try to help you find a good fit. We're just a good old-fashioned shoe store where we'll measure your feet, make sure you're in the right size, and help you find a comfortable shoe for men, women, and children.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails. Welcome back. Josh Cole, Tullahoma Arts Center chairman, spoke with John Gray about a new Black Artist Showcase happening at the Arts Center this Friday.
These are both the curators for the upcoming exhibit. This is Tiffany Kennerly and Jamie Moorhead. On November 14th, we are starting a series, the beginning of a series called Culture Through Our Eyes. And on November 14th at 6 p.m., these two ladies have put together an exhibit featuring only local Black artists.
Outstanding.
So, yes. So the entire exhibit will feature 8 to 9 local Black artists and their artwork and the way they see things. So it's very interesting.
Tell us about it, girls. Hey, whichever one of you wants to go, I'm gonna let both of you have it.
Well, it's exciting to me. What the vision was is we've had such a year of just ups and downs. And I figured the best way to end the year is having like an inclusive moment where we could see culture through somebody else's eyes. I think that a lot of times we keep our own perspectives and we don't look at other people's situations or understand where they're coming from. And I figured art or a visual representation is the best way to actually see that rather than having to discuss it. You could just actually see it from that person's perspective. You can't refute their vision that they see or have.
Jamie, when she invited me on, she's a good friend, so anything that she does, normally, I'm in
well,
because
good
I
for
know
you.
it's
We all
really
need
for a good
friends
cause.
like that.
But by profession, I'm a registered nurse.
Okay.
So culture plays a big part in my profession that way.
Yes, it does.
So I'm always trying to see things through other people's eyes. You have to be open to not just how you see things or how you interpret things, so art plays a big factor in that. I've always loved music. My stepfather was a DJ, so art and music have always been a big part of my life. And she just said, hey, do you know anybody? And it just went from there.
Yeah, we're just appreciative that Josh heard the vision and he was like, let's do it. And so we're just really thankful to the Art Center for saying yes to the vision and allowing us the opportunity to display some of these artists are absolutely amazing that we'll be having on the 14th. So I'm just excited.
So that's the 14th of November.
Yep.
How long will this be up?
It'll be until the 28th of November.
Okay.
So you better, with this closing for Thanksgiving, the 22nd through the 28th, I mean, you have about a week, 2 weeks to see it before we close. Because the Art Center will be closed for Thanksgiving week. And the event will start at 6 on November the 14th, and tickets are $5.
That's nothing.
Yeah, in advance, at the door they're $10. So we'll have entertainment from Ashley and Zach Brooks, who, if anybody went to South Jackson Civic Center and seen Mr. Edie play, they played with him.
Right.
We'll have hors d'oeuvres, drinks. We'll also be enforcing social distancing, encouraging masks. So it's going to be a good time. I really think we're bringing something great to the community, and I think they'll enjoy it very much.
And don't forget to tune in to this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include members of the Mac Theater Group in Manchester who are scheduling a fundraiser soon. Lyle Russell from the Tullahoma Parks and Rec has some news about basketball courts reopening. And the Nutcracker is coming to South Jackson Civic Center, so we'll let you know how you can watch in person or live streaming. All that and more on this week's Living. And stay with us, we'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
My wife Jackie has always been the life of the party, but things changed when she couldn't be as active anymore.
They told me I needed a double knee replacement.
It's not as big a deal as it used to be, but she still needed to go to rehab.
I was amazed at how good the therapists were at Life Care. They took really good care of me.
They took excellent care of her, and now she's back doing the things she loves, and that makes everyone happy.
Life Care Center of Tullahoma wants you to get active and live well.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation.
It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Times are very challenging right now, and stress levels are high.
Reports indicate overdoses on the rise in communities across the state of Tennessee.
Those experiencing addiction and their loved ones may be struggling to navigate through all the change.
We want you to know that deaths from overdose are preventable.
And help is available.
Anytime.
Day or night.
How do I know?
How do I know?
I am the face of recovery in
Tennessee.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather at this time, starting with your weather history on this date. Our record high was in 2002 at 78 degrees. The record low was in 1933 at 19 degrees. The average high for this day is 63, and the average low is 40. Showers in tonight's weather with a low of 66. Chance of showers for Wednesday with a high of 73 and a low of 51, and mostly sunny skies on Thursday with a high of 69 and a low of 45. And that's our News Leader Report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evenings at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. for News Leader on 6. Stay safe and have a great evening.